Hello, Internet! We're here again to talk about my coming out story, part 3. I think we're at part 3 right now. And I was going to do a coming out about my family or about my mom and my dad, but I think I'm just going to keep it to my mom for now because she was my first parent that I came out to, and she had an interesting reaction. Okay, so I knew that I wanted to tell her, I just didn't know what time, so I came out to my brother, and I think a month and a half later, maybe 2 months, I decided, alright, I'm going to come out to my mom. So I figured it needs to be private, so we need to get her alone. Which isn't very easy because I live with 4 other people and I have my godbrother, so I wanted him to be there too. So one night we decided we're going to tell her tonight because he was at my house and I wanted him to be there for me, with me, blah blah blah. So we asked her to come into my room, close the door and lock it, and she's like, what is going on? Like, what is this? What is your problem? And I'm like, Mommy, I have to tell you something. And she's like, what? She starts laughing and like jumping on the bed and like all giddy and everything, like, what? And I'm like, no, I'm serious. And I was like scared, like, again, scared, like didn't know what to say, how to say it, whatever. And then she's like, can I guess? And I'm like, no, like, this is serious. I'm trying to have a serious face. She's like excited and giddy. She's like, let me guess. And Joey's in the room as well. So she asks him if he got someone pregnant, if he has like AIDS or something like that. She said some crazy stuff and I was like, no, Mommy, like, calm down. I really need to tell you something serious. And she was like so giddy, and Joey was like, oh my God, just say it so that she can leave me alone at this point. So then I'm like, no, for real. So then we have like I straighten her out. I'm like, no, I'm serious. Like 10 minutes, I'm sorry, not 10 minutes, like 10 seconds of silence, legit. And I was like, Mommy, I'm gay. And she was like, that's it? And I'm like, what do you mean that's it? Like, this is the biggest moment of my life, telling my mother that I am gay. And she's like, that's it? You brought me here for this? She's like, I thought he was pregnant. Blah, blah, blah. And then she turns to him and goes, are you gay too? And he's like, no. And then we just, talked about it. She had a million questions. She kind of was completely shocked. She didn't have any idea, especially when I was younger, and I found that odd because she's my mother. Like, they should have this intuition, you know what I mean, and like kind of already know before I tell them. But I guess it was just like Joey, he's a little shocked, and she was a little shocked, and just had some questions or whatever, and she left the room. She kept coming back into the room to ask me even more questions, just about like, how did you know, when did you know, stuff like that. Did you ever like any girls, stuff, that stuff. And she was just really supportive. Her biggest concern nowadays, because back then it was just like me coming out and she was fine with it, like, no worries, you're still the same person, blah blah blah. But now she keeps talking about me having children. So when you come out to your parents, they have these certain expectations for your life, and I feel like one of her expectations for me was to bear children and give her some grandchildren. And for me, it's like I never saw that as a part of my life. So now all I hear is, I want a grandchild, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm not carrying the child. She's like, but no, I want it to look like you, blah, blah, blah. So that's just part of the expectations. Luckily, my mother's very open-minded, and luckily we have not medicine, but we have, new technology and things like that maybe I can bear children. But I don't really see maybe in the future. Sorry, Mom. But yeah, that was my coming out story to my mother. She was very supportive, super caring and understanding of what I was saying and what I was thinking and all that stuff. And I told her so that she could help me come out to the rest of my family. I have 2 sisters, and I have my father, obviously. And I needed to come out to the rest of them. And I think I waited another month or like 2 weeks or something before I told them. And that will be my next story, coming out to my father and my 2 sisters. And that's a good one too. So tune in for probably next week. I'll have that up. And make sure to check out my blog. It's When You Knew at WordPress.com. And the links will all be below to my Twitter and my Facebook and all that jazz and my Tumblr. I like make memes probably twice a week, and I take submissions. They're just little short one-liners of when you knew you were gay, and I find them cute and hilarious, and I want to make more, so I need submissions. So that'll be awesome. Check the links below, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!